Coast. It's a Class 1 plate. It's over the 1,400 metres. Great competitive race, this one, Paul. We're going to have a look at already a star who's a rising star, James Orman, Natalie McCall.
Lightly raced, impressive sort of horse, Kian. Won well on debut at Eagle Farm. That was over 1,200 metres and then took on the benchmark 68 here last start. And a real sit sprint affair won by Vim and Eel. John Rambo ran second. Already a star hit the line better than anything. So the jump to 1,400 looks ideal.
Doesn't this guy look well? Make It Flashy. And the two rides I've seen Boris have on this horse have been fantastic. So he gets along with him well. O'Day Hoisted.
Yeah, the winning ride come from Jaden Lloyd. That was last preparation over this track and distance. 2 runs back this time in. Behind Northern Decree was an eye catcher first up, and then behind Freedom Rally last start was just outclassed in that strongest Saturday grade. So much better suited back to this today and drawn perfectly.
I said he rides him well. I didn't say he's won on him.
Oh, I know.
All right, the 5 is Sir Beveridge. Emily Lang takes off 3 for Bob Bone.
Last start was on the poly, so hard to get a real guide on that. The 2 runs prior weren't that impressive to my eye. I think he needs to improve.
Andrew Mellion rides the 6 Soarhi for John Smurden. He gets back on top of the ground today.
Yeah, a bit disappointing first up around Ipswich, but maybe the tight track didn't suit the way he races. You'd think he might be better in the more open spaces here.
Lauren Abbott has the 8 in Voldemort. He's second up and Georgina Cartwright rides.
I thought he was the best roughie in the race. Not a lot went right there first up. That was a Doomben behind Soarhi. Not sure how strong that race was, but nevertheless at city form. And on set weights, this horse is probably the best weighted horse in the race.
Enatini is the 9, gets in on 55 kilos after Malia Castle's claim for Lenny Wheeler.
Yeah, comes through the Kabaka form, the Sobene form, so a couple of stronger city races. I think she'll give you a good sight. Just not sure she's that well weighted under set weights.
Ben Thompson rides the 10 in Echo Hunter. She came back in trip to win last start for Robert Heathcote.
That was a good win, wasn't it, beating differential? Prior to that, midfield behind Kokonotsu, we know that's a strong city form reference. I think it's hard to leave Echo Hunter out of your numbers.
Hard offer is the 11. Returns today, Michael Carr for Paul Jenkins.
Finished last in a Sunshine Coast trial. She's likely to need the run, I expect.
Invisible Tears is the 12. Justin Huxtable, Renita Beaton and Gillian Heinrich.
Yeah, gets in well at the weights out of that Kabaka race, and she did a lot of work there from barrier at 11. She ran third, she stuck on well, and even though she's drawn out a touch today, I think they'll be positive on her, and I expected her to run top 3.
Red Star Ruby had no luck last start. Damien Thornton for Robert Heathcote.
She's a strong finisher, isn't she? So she needs luck. She gets a long way back in her races. She was very good second up behind Sobene in town, and then last start again behind Kabaka, just never got into the hunt. I think the big track should suit.
The 15 is Wicken and Loving It, Sammy Collett for John Johnston.
Where's she? Because she can get a bit...
She might have gone. Oh, no, she's in the middle.
She's looking good today. John told me before it's as good as she's been behaved pre-race, and we know how fizzy she can get. She's been knocking on the door. They're going to take her straight onto the track, and she's looking great.
Certainly is. Coming into her own, the 16 is Yowie, Taylor Marshall for Wayne Nugent.
Another potential roughie. 2 runs back Ipswich Doom, and just got too far out of her ground last start. Not the worst.
Paul Leinberg has the 18. Better Strings, Ange Jones.
Yeah, probably fitter for 2 runs back, but hasn't done enough in either of those for me.
Well prepared is the 19, Sanachi. Luke Tarrant, Phil Bobick off a freshen up.
Yeah, probably not going well enough for this particular race today.
And Todd Banks rides Renault for Kerry Taplin.
A rank outsider of the field looking at betting, and hard to see him figuring here.
This is a great test for this favourite, already a star, because he's only inexperienced. He's only had the 2 starts. And this is a good little Class 1, I thought, particularly some horses coming off of some midweek form that I think are getting out to silly prices now. So a great test, as it was last start behind Viminell, who won again on Saturday, and, of course, John Rambo, where he probably just wanted that extra 200, Paul.
Absolutely, Kiana. He gets it today, already a star. That is 1,200 to 1,400, and that's the key for me with him, throwing the fact that he's drawn well and you got James Orman to steer. That's good enough for me to stick with him. 1, 12, 13 and 3. Number 12, Invincible Tears, has been really well back to beat the favourite today. No surprise on the back of that brave effort last start. Well suited at the weights. 13, Red Star Ruby, just needs the breaks to come at the right time. She's bursting to win one. And number 3, Make It Flashy, has been a bit easy, but certainly not from anything out of the yard. He looked fantastic. 1, 12, 13 and 3.
Yeah, Ellsworth already a star as well. Nice horse, moves well, 1,400, plenty of ticks there. The Viminell form, the Boom Talk form, it all jumps off the page. I think he's a little bit of a star on the rise. The 13 in Red Star Ruby, I think, is a silly price. She just needs some pressure. She's got a great finish and she gets to a big track today. The 12 in Invisible Tears, and then the 3 rounded me out. That was Make It Flashy, O'Day Hoisted. Looked fantastic. Third up. And another horse that actually can sit closer if need be, but wasn't the worst behind Freedom Rally last start, drops back from Saturday grade to a Sunny Coast Class 1. So you've got to keep it safe. 1, 13, 12 and 3.
All right, Count, thanks for that. We've touched on the market movers. Invincible Tears, 550 into 420. Best backed to beat the favourites, and those two favourites are number 1, Already a Star, and the 3, Make It Flashy. All right, they're loading up really well, so we'll head upstairs for the call.
Starter has a good line. Red light about to appear on top of the barriers. They're set to go. Ready. Gates open, they're racing now, and it was a pretty even line from towards the middle. Soarhi shows good speed, pushing forward as well was Seneki towards the inside, and Atini not far away with Sir Beverage, and there's Yowie at 5 and 6 deep, starting to work forward as well. Invincible Tears off the wide gate, trying to find a position just behind the speed, then Voldemort the fence, further back to Make It Flashy, a length and a half then to Hard Offer, being tracked there by over on the inside, Already a Star, and then came Echo Hunter, 2 lengths away to Better Strings on the inside of Red Star Ruby, and last of all was Wicked and Loving It. Renault just in front of it and out 3 wide. They work off the back straight now. Less than 800 to go, and in front is Anatini, held them out, let a length. Yowie parks up second, 1.5 further back. Seneki third, the inside of Invincible Tears, who's fourth and getting a bit closer. Then came Soarhi, so Beverage next the fence, a length and a half further back to Make It Flashy from Voldemort, and then came Hard Offer, Echo Hunter, well back in the field on the rail, Already a Star from Renault, Red Star Ruby, Better Strings, Wicked at Love It turns in last, below the 400 metre mark. Invincible Tears raced up to take the lead. Yowie's tried to go with her, deeper out. Soarhi trying to run on, back towards the inside. Anatini boxing away, Already a Star making up ground very quickly, and the favourite still coming. It's Invincible Tears in front, clear by a length, below the 100 metre mark from Soarhi, and then Yowie. Invincible Tears in front, hangs tough and wins. Invincible Tears, a long neck, beat home Soarhi. Third in was Already a Star, and then came Yowie, followed further back by Make It Flashy, Red Star Ruby, Anatini. Next in was behind them Echo Hunter, Wicked and Loving It, then Better Strings, Voldemort, Sir Beverage. Behind those horses was Renault. Pulling up quickly was Hard Offer, and the final one was Seneki.
12, 6, 1 and 16. Invisible Tears. There's another one. Heinrich and Beaten. That's fantastic. Raced really well with the freshen up last start, Paul. That was behind Kabaka, who we know is a star on the rise. And Kabaka